The Cole Train, highly respected, highly energetic, and the ultimate team player, a force of nature, an unstoppable gear soldier. Augustus Cole was not a Pendulum Wars veteran like Marcus and Dom. His story was actually very different. As always, I'm your host Abz, and here is the backstory of Augustus Cole.
Marcus, is that gotta be?
Nobody plays this game like me! Nobody!
Cole!
In the flesh, baby!
At some point in his early life, Cole became interested in sports and began a hobby in thrashball. This was a very popular sport on Sierra, as even during the Pendulum Wars, many gears listened to games using radios while in base and on the front lines. Due to his sheer strength as well as abilities in coordination and planning, Cole went on to become a professional thrashball star as an adult. A defensive lineman, Cole signed on with the Eagles before later signing on with his hometown team, the Hanover Cougars, as he was actually from Hanover. During this time, Marcus Phoenix and Dominic Santiago actually went to the stadium to watch Augustus Cole play with the Cougars in the game against the Eagles. Of course, they didn't know Cole personally at the time, but they still knew who he was. Cole became an international star and millionaire, garnering sponsors and endorsements. For most of his thrashball career, he bore the number 83 and made that number his own. During his career, Cole won many games for the Hanover Cougars, one of them being the All-Fathers Trophy against the Sharks. However, the validity of the game's referee was highly debated, according to Baird anyway, who was a big Sharks fan. Cole also won the international finals against the Eagles by implementing a first-time maneuvering play as well as the Grayson Cup Championship, earning a championship ring. After becoming a two-time MVP, Hanover celebrated Augustus Cole by presenting a silver statue of Cole at the entrance of Cougar Stadium. He was often nicknamed by locals as Hanover's favourite son.
Man,
She listen to you. You're the Cole Train. Woo-woo!
yo, the Cole Train don't go woo-woo. It's woo!
In the 79th year of the Pendulum Wars, the coalition of ordered governments finally won against the Union of Independent Republics by destroying their fleet with the newly launched Hammer of Dawn. The UIR signed the UIR COG armistice and sought for peace. Cole was relieved that the war was over, but he also regretted not doing his part by fighting the war, as Cole believed his abilities could have been an asset in saving lives. Due to his fortune, Augustus Cole paid back his mother and father by purchasing them a mansion in Hanover, as his mother did not like living in Janamont and having to clean so much around the house, but she refused Cole's money to hire a maid. 6 weeks after the end of the Pendulum Wars, Hanover was still celebrating the end of the war. At this time, Cole was being driven across Centennial Bridge by his driver, Joseph, to discuss a contract renewal from his agent when they both heard about a recent attack. Cole, Joseph, and everyone on the Centennial Bridge tuned into their radios and were told by the emergency news that Janamont was attacked and the city ordered an evacuation. Cole became very concerned for his parents and initially believed it to be an attack by the Indies. But the news soon dispelled this theory, describing grey monsters that would emerge from underground and kill everyone in sight. Cole, of course, like everyone else, became increasingly concerned and thought it would be better to see the news on television. Cole left the car and told Joseph to find his family and keep safe, while Cole figured out what was happening. At the corner electronics store, Cole began to watch the news in the display windows, along with dozens of other Hanover locals. The news was so disturbing that none of the locals even recognized that Cole was among them. That's how shocking the news was, but no one even cared in the moment given the magnitude of the situation. On the television, traffic cameras from Janamont an hour earlier revealed monsters emerging from sinkholes and attacking everyone in sight, revealing the death toll in Janamont to be in the thousands. The news also revealed a list of cities that had also been attacked, as well as former UIR states, confirming that these were not the Indies and that an alien force was attacking Sierra. Cole feared that this event could be the end of the world. Sometime later, Cole discovered that his mother and father did unfortunately die in the attack of Janamont. This day would later be known as Emergence Day, and the day ended with 100,000 people killed in Janamont and 25% of the entire world population as well.
Huh. You ever feel like you did but nobody told you?
Within the first 5 days of Emergence Day, Cole suffered immense grief, as did every survivor of Emergence Day on Terra. Chairman Thomas Dalliel ordered the Hanover Cougars to play their regularly scheduled game of thrashball in order to boost morale, considering since Hanover was one of the few major cities spared by grey monsters, which were then being called locust. Within that time, Cole reflected on his regrets not participating in the Pendulum Wars and the murder of his parents and everyone else lost in the past week. Fire was lit inside the Cole train, wanting to avenge his parents and do his part. Cole joined the Coalition of Odd Government's army. The next day, he went back to Cougar Stadium to announce to his teammates, agents and fans that he joined the army to do his part in stopping the locust horde and avenging those who were killed. He then encouraged the spectators to celebrate this moment, and he compelled them to do their part as well. Cole then left the stadium shortly after, not participating in what would be his last thrashball game. Due to his popularity, Cole's enlistment caused a huge rise in volunteers for the COG army. Local recruitment officials reported a 390% jump in voluntary enlistment following the event, which was of course extremely beneficial to the COG in their fight against the locust horde.
Let anyone else have that ball? Take the way off. I tell you, man, this is
So that, my friends, is the backstory behind the legendary Cole train from the Gears of War universe. Drop a like if you enjoyed this lore video, subscribe for more similar content like this, and I'll leave a link at the top right of the screen if you want to watch my other lore videos as well. I'm your host Abz, and as always, I will catch you guys next time.
What's up, ladies? Yeah. Bring it on, sucker. This my kind of shit. Yeah. Bring it on, sucker. This my kind of shit. Just a little time out. Yeah, I'm back in the game. Who loves you, baby? Damn!